right, hello everybody. I am Josiah, and today we're watching Aaron Glenn's press conference. We're gonna see what he's saying, we're gonna see what he's not saying, and then get to the truth.
And pads, also had to deal with a little weather. I thought the competitive nature was right where we want to be. I think our guys are really understanding exactly how we want to practice. We have 3 tempos when we practice. We have a jog tempo, which is really in walkthrough. We have I call it clean competitive tempo. We're in jerseys and just shells. Where, man, I don't want anybody on the ground. And then today was thug competitive tempo.
Is he saying thug competitive tempo? I mean, I'm down with it, but that seems a little intense.
I thought our guys did a really good job of that. Because I really want us to thud up. I really want.
Okay, thud up. That makes sense. Because I was like, going that hard for training camp, like we're thugging up with your own teammates. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but I don't know how player association would feel about it.
I just don't want anybody really going to the ground. Obviously, things like that going to happen, all right? But for the most part, I thought our guys did a really good job of understanding how to practice and being professionals. When it comes to injuries, we're all good. The only one I do want to talk about is Sadiq went out there today. He's on a maintenance program. He went 3 good, hard days last week, so today was the day we want to rest him, so he'll be just fine. Other than that, I really liked the first day in pads. I really did, right? We have things we got to improve on. We all know that. But today was a good day. Any questions?
Aaron, out of on the injury thing, on the other 3 guys like Asai, Sweat, and Hans, are any of those hoping to come back this week?
All right, so he's asking about Joseph Asai, a defensive end for the Jets, Tavondre Sweat, a defensive tackle for the Jets, and D'Angelo Pons, who is a nickelback for the Jets. A little hard to hear, so maybe I missed one of those, but let's see what he has to say.
I don't think this week, I wouldn't say that. But again, man, we want to be very careful with all 3 of those guys. Listen, we have a role for all 3 of them, and again, they all have to make sure that they're in charge of that role for the most part. But listen, I'm gonna be very patient with those guys, and I don't think they'll be out too much longer. All right, but we want to do the right thing and make sure we have those guys ready for the regular season.
Brandon Stevens. That's what you want to hear, especially when it's 3 defensive guys who all have a decent role. You got to be careful with them. But at least they'll be back on the field relatively soon.
This is a guy that made a few plays out there we kind of noticed.
Those guys ready for the regular season.
Brandon Stevens is a guy that made a few plays out there we kind of noticed. It's kind of what you've seen from him like early on in camp and doing the offseason.
Yeah, I mean.
Brandon Stevens is a cornerback for the Jets.
From his first year here to right now, I think he's a totally different player. And when I say that, it's the awareness of where the ball's at when it's in the air. And yes, you're right. He made a couple of plays today. The thing is, we want that to be consistent, and he knows that. So every day, if he can just continue to have that focus, I think he'll continue to improve in that aspect.
How much do you think?
Brandon Stevens is interesting because he's not young. He's young, but he was drafted in 2021 by Baltimore, and he was in Baltimore for a while. But then he joined the Jets, and so he was here last year, so now still trying to work through those growing pains. And like you said, biggest thing is consistency. He wants to see consistency from a guy who should see a decent amount of time this year.
David and Membou are helping each other right now.
Say it again?
David, Bailey, and Membou. How much do you think they're helping each other?
A ton. And listen, I want you.
That's the offensive line. And so he's asking about David Bailey, who's on the defensive side of the ball, a defensive end, and then Armand Membou, the young tackle.
Just keep it at Membou because he has a chance to go against Olu too, and some of our other tackles. But just with those 2 guys, man, you have 2 elite athletes. First off, both of them are extremely strong. Both of them are hard workers, and they both want to get better. So the more they get a chance to go against each other, and you see that competitive spirit between those guys, obviously they're going to get better. They're going to improve. So, listen, I want that matchup with both of our tackles, because they're both damn good players, and obviously he's a good one. So the more that he can get that feel of how it looks in the real game, the better he's going to be. And I'm talking about David.
Yeah, David's the true rookie. Membou was drafted the year before, and so the question is really like, hey, how are these 2 young guys going to help each other continue to develop? And he gave a really good answer on that.
Membou, what was your impression of his rookie year when you look back on it, and And what do you see maybe that's going to be better and different?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, because that's one guy just going into OTAs. Well, on the exit meeting, and when I had a chance to just talk to him one-on-one, man, I just knew that he was going to come back in the offseason program and just be like stone-faced and ready to go. And he was exactly that. And man, he has this look on his face right now to where, man, every rep matters, every rep counts. And man, I just want to improve on every rep. So last year I thought he did a really good job. I really did. This year, man, I'm expecting a lot from that player. And the reason why is the way he's operating. Like, he's operating at a high level right now.
I love that. You know, young tackle, you want to see improvement. Also, Aaron Glenn's getting better at these interviews too. He's making some strides.
College coaches are the guy that went the extra distance in terms of the work.
Yeah.
I'm sure you dealt with that in the interviews you did before.
Yes.
Has that you've seen that translate over here?
No doubt. No doubt. Like I said, this offseason, him coming back with this offseason program, man, he was on a mission. And you saw it in his face. It was no BS to him. From the weight room to going out on the field, man, everything was a business approach. You could see that transitioning right now into every practice. It doesn't matter, walk through, drop, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's operating at a professional level right now.
Did you want to put some of your early impressions of Minkah Fitzpatrick?
He is a pro's pro, first and foremost. The way that he operates in the meeting room.
Minkah is the free safety for the Jets. Minkah's popular enough. I didn't know I needed to, but just in case someone doesn't know, I get it.
It's like no other. He's not a very boisterous guy. That's not who he is. He's more reserved. But he understands how to lead, and he understands how to pull a guy to the side and talk with them. He's extremely smart. He loves football. And as a safety, that's what you're looking for. And listen, I've had some good safeties in my career. And early on, man, I like exactly where he's at.
As far as Andre is concerned, why was it important for you guys to re-sign him, and what are you expecting from him his second year here?
Well,
That's Andre Cisco, the strong safety.
I'm gonna never get away from the fact that me and Mooch always look for good players. And the reason that he's here is because we feel like he's a good player. Listen, he's had some success within his career, especially on the ball, and we want that, and we expect that. Now, all those guys know they're in competition. Man, he knows that, along with the other safeties. But listen, he has that ability to be a game changer for us, and we look for him to doing that.
I like Cisco. He was with the Jags. Let me double check. Yeah, he was with the Jags for like 3-4 years. Yeah, and then he was with the Jets last year. I think he's a solid player. I think it was a good re-sign for the Jets for sure. Curious, like, how are y'all feeling about the Jets secondary right now as Jets fans or even outsiders looking in? I'm curious to see how. I mean, I think we all know this is like a defense that's rebuilding, a team that's rebuilding, but there's definitely some pieces.
Jelani Woods is, making games with chemistry, it seems like, with quarterbacks and everything. Just kind of the role you see a vision for him just moving forward, especially in a room where it has a lot of competition.
Yeah, and there's a number of things that I mean, you can envision him doing for us. The one thing, and I will go back, man, once you say his name, I always go back to Jacksonville, and man, just watch the way he blocked. If you get a chance to go back and watch that game, just watch it, and just watch how physical, how tough. Man, the way that he was bending and getting underneath, for a 6'7" guy, the way he was bending and getting underneath guys. So he has that to be a really good wide tight end. But the thing that you can do with him, you can split him out, and let him go one-on-one with a safety, a linebacker, and I'm expecting him to win that matchup. So he's another guy that improved from last year going into this year. And again, I like that tight end room because they all bring something different to the table, So we're able to take advantage of that.
And the question was for Mason Taylor, who was drafted last year by the Jets in the second round. Yeah. And you also have King and Sadiq, who was drafted in the first round this year. And basically, it's just kind of like, hey, how are things looking? And Mason Taylor's another really good tight end. So he's right to feel as strongly as he does about that room.
We know what Mason can do, and obviously we've see what Sadiq can do.
Yeah.
Where's Rucker in all that?
Man, Rucker can do it all. He's the with a jack of all trades, but he can master those though.
Rucker's the third string tight end.
I got you on that one. But man, he can play Y, he can play F, he can split out. He's good as far as the movement is concerned. So he's the one guy I think that ties it all together. He's the one guy in that room as far as leadership that's been there and done that. And again, that room, man, the skill sets are so different, and that's what you like about it, you know. But Rucker's a guy that I feel like he can do it all within that.
Couple more.
Rucker's interesting. I don't know how much 13 personnel the Jets use, but they do have like 3 decent tight ends. But you could also tell from what Aaron was saying, Rucker is not going to be out there doing much more than blocking. That's just the case. Mason Taylor, to me, he's the guy who can really do a little bit of everything. But King and Sadiq, he's not going to be doing too much blocking, at least so super early on in his career.
What are the main characteristics of an Aaron Glenn defense in terms of schematically and also from a mentality standpoint?
Well, schematically, I don't know if I want to go too far into that, but I would say this. Physical, violent, disruptive. When I say disruptive from a quarterback, disrupt the skilled players, and disrupt the pocket. And I'm looking for guys that can do that. So I guess if you could just sum it all up, men that are highly disruptive.
Man, I wish coaches could give us everything. I would love to know more about what he's looking for schematically and getting into the weeds of that. But I know there's only so much they can share. But good stuff, Aaron Glenn. Jets, I hope y'all are feeling good about this season as much as you possibly can. Curious to know if y'all are feeling good about things, what you like to see change. If y'all could like, subscribe. Curious to know if y'all want me to do more of these. I'm down. I like Aaron Glenn. But good luck out there. Peace.